I haven't even got to 2013 yet. Jeez.
No, this is
So
good.
let me
This is the goal. That's what this show
yeah.
is. We're not
Oh,
the
perfect.
we're not the one where you answer it all with time limits and shit. We're like the other
Word.
one.
Word. So yeah, let me I'll power through some of this then.
You
So
don't even have to
um
power through it, my guy. If
no, I
need
have to
be,
think about it.
we
I
do a
have, I have
part
to
two
think
if
about
there's
it.
that much detail. That's how it
Word.
goes.
Nah, it's not that much. It's not that bad. So along with this, I come out with like two projects as Living Proof, and then I just dropped the whole Living Proof moniker, and then I just stayed Backpack Beatz the entire time. So my thing, my major that I majored in broadcast journalism. So with my school,
That's cool.
my school is probably like top five as far as journalism program in the States. So we were like super, super serious with everything that we were doing. But so like we would always have people. Like I got homies that work for ESPN right now. I have homies that work like for all these like different major news networks and stuff in the States. So that's what we were doing. But I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to write for Double XL. That was my whole thing because music was my thing. So while I was in college, everybody knew me as the guy that make beats and the guy that was on the radio because I did college radio from my sophomore year up until I graduated. So I ran three different shows. I did a talk show, I did an old school show, and my claim to fame is my hip hop show that I did. So I was the only person.
So tell us
I was
about your claim to fame hip hop show.
Yeah, I got you. So I ran a hip hop show called The Heart of the City, and I was the one that was playing new music, old school music, and the main thing that I always played was local music. It was a 3 hour show. So I would do 1 hour of just all the new music that was coming out, because this is blog era. So anything that was hot coming out new, I would always play that. Did an hour for old school, and then I dedicated an entire hour to playing local artists because our major stations didn't play anybody local. So I was the only person that was. It was kind of like a Stretch and Bobbito sort of situation. Um, everybody would submit music, and if I thought it was dope, then I would play it on the show. So everybody, that's how I got a really big network, and I was able to start doing a lot of shows in the city because I was able to put all of these artists on and give people an ear to what we were doing. And we're FM station, so everybody was able to listen to it in the car. You're just scrolling through stations and stuff. So everybody knew that at 10 o'clock p.m. you're listening to my show. So that was the thing that I did for a couple of years for sure.
Yeah, what's really cool about that is in theory if they're all registered on the BMIs and the app scans and shit, you get that like radio money
Yeah,
as
exactly.
small
And the thing
scale as
about
it
it,
is.
yeah, the thing about it, we were not educated at all. Like that was around the time. I mean, like we're 19, 20, 21. We're trying to we were trying to learn it ourselves for the most part, just trying to figure out everything. What is a sample clearance? How do I register this? All of that stuff. So everything got really, really hazy for a lot of us as artists and producers. Um, so yeah, it was crazy. But like around the time doing all of this, I'm still making beats. So I would and this is whenever I got really, really, really good. That I felt at the time making beats. Finally got my first placement. I got my first placement like 2013.
Okay.
Um, yeah, DJ Mick Boogie. He did a compilation with Adidas called Brooklyn Originals. So this had like a whole bunch of artists from Brooklyn. So I did a joint with CJ Fly and Kirk Knight from Pro Era called I Ain't Late. It's a really good record. It's dated, but it's a really good record. That was my first sample or my first placement. And then the balls just started rolling from there. So, I had a couple, I did a couple things from that level, but did a lot of stuff locally. And that's what was really sharpening my sword and making me into a better producer.
Yeah, it's wild. So basically, how do you get placements?
Um, Shoot, man, just this is when Instagram was just like beginning to pop. But I was still on Twitter crazy. Uh, I was, like I said, I'm always searching for music. Being a DJ and radio host and stuff. So, I'm looking at these artists and I'm like, yo, you're dope. Let me send you some beats. And from there, just hit it off with a couple of different artists. And that's how I got it. Because in Florida, there's not like, from this, as far as a mainstream level, there wasn't like a whole bunch of like hardcore hip hop. You know what I mean? It was a lot of like commercial hip hop that was getting played on the radio. Not like necessarily hardcore hip hop artists. So like all of the artists that I was listening to, they're New York, East Coast, like, stuff like that. And so that's who I was really gravitating towards to send these beats to. So a lot of hopping in Twitter DMs, a lot of cold emails and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's how we got the ball rolling.
So basically, you just put in a lot of really long work.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's
for
like,
sure.
I just find it, I mean, you end up having conversations, and a lot of times you wonder how, like, that's the big question, and the answer
Yeah.
always just seems to be like, I messaged a lot of people, or I put myself into places where I met a lot of people, and then via process of elimination, I found a few.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like going out to festivals, um, going out to festivals. 'Cause like down here in Atlanta, they have the A3C festival, and that was the spot where you could actually see a lot of these underground artists in person. Um, and I did a beat battle. I was in two beat battles there. This is 2013. I had two beat battles in there, and I remember the first. I thought I was nice. I thought I was nice because I was like one of the nicest in my city, and I thought I was nice till I got to Atlanta, and I did this first round. First round. I remember the producer still. His name's Black Metaphor. He's got, I think he's got a Grammy now. I think he's got a couple Grammys now at this point. Um, but yeah, it was crazy. And I remember, I don't know if you listened to the Game's album, the Red album. But the Game has this joint called Ali Boumaye, and he played that beat. Black Metaphor produced that beat and played that beat in the first round of a beat battle against me. I was out. I was devastated, but I went back home and just got back on the grind, man, and just started emailing artists again and hopping in the DMs again.
Yeah, I guess that's that 'cause people know the beat, and then
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
go,
it
"Which
was.
beat do y'all like better?"
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely a real. I guess that happens, eh? Like you think you're in a situation. I've had that. I've met a few people where I'm like, "Oh, say a word." I don't
Hmm.
have accolades next to you. I haven't done
Hmm.
anything next to some people
Hmm.
I've met, and I'm like, okay, that's humility.
Yeah.
Gotta go work harder now. Gotta go do my thing.
Exactly. Exactly.